I think there's a lot of fighters in the UFC that are good fighters, but I don't think they're fighters at heart. I don't think they're genuinely fighters. When push comes to shove, I don't think that they want to be in there truly. I want to be in there. That's the difference between me and 99% of these fighters, is that I truly want to be in there.
He's got that killer instinct, got that mentality already.
Within the next year, Matt could be climbing into the top 5 spot, looking for a title shot.
I think Matt is really hungry. He's just like very aggressive. I think sky's the limit for Matt. I think he's going to go in the UFC and get some nice finishes.
As an athlete, as a competitor, he's vicious. If you're going to compete against him, it's probably not good. But if you're going to have him on your team, he's the perfect guy.
Wrist, Mac. Snap. There you go. Control. Good, McKenna. So I'm gonna come here, thumb down, I can snap. He doesn't go all the way down. I can set up my single leg. I love coming here every day and coaching these kids. I have a passion for it. I was a 4-time state champion. You know, I wrestled in Tucson, Sunnyside High School. Thumb down, snap off at his wrist. Yes, there's your high crotch. I've wrestled since I was 4 years old, you know, 24 years of wrestling, 25 years of wrestling. I want to pour it into those kids. There you go. I've been coaching here at Reign for about 4.5 years. As soon as Mark would have me on at the staff, I was full-time.
The mentality he had coming out of college wrestling, I saw already that he had amazing ability and potential to be great.
I really didn't choose the MMA lifestyle or the sport of MMA. One day I was here with Mark Munoz. A couple guys from the fight team had fights that were in the gym, and they were like, hey, you know, can you come help me out with my wrestling? So kind of dabbled in that, and I was helping them out, and I was like, you know, I can do this. Like, I'm taking these guys down. I don't even know how to punch correctly, at least.
Everybody knew in the wrestling room that he can be a force in MMA. Even his first time hitting mitts, people were like, wow, he can be good.
I know I have the background to do it. It's just that now I need the technique and skill and to put it all together. That's how I kind of fell into it.
We got Eli Finn versus Matthew Lopez.
Being on Dana White's Looking for a Fight show was one of the biggest opportunities of my life. I wasn't nervous as much as I was excited.
This Matthew Lopez, he's undefeated. Supposed to be a real stud.
For Matt, it seemed like it was opportunity that he was waiting for. Talent was never a question. Development was never a question. It was just opportunity.
Going into that fight, a lot of top people in the sport have been saying a lot of good things about him. And even crazy things, like saying this guy could fight Dillashaw right now.
It was a big show for me to go out there and perform in front of him.
No, I think he's doing all right, though. He's calm. He's calm. This. He's hurt. Over. The other guy's getting low. He tapped.
You know, I'm really glad that Matt had the opportunity to get the first round finish and put on a really good show. And obviously, Dana was impressed.
I've been hearing a lot about you. People have been talking about you. You healthy right now?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah? I'm ready to go.
Okay.
So happy for him because I know he's been pushing. So when I got the call and he told me he was in the UFC, I knew his dreams were coming true.
It was the best. I thrive under the big lights, so I really enjoyed that opportunity. July 13th, I'm making my UFC debut against Rani Yahya, who's been a staple in the 135 and 145 pound division for quite some time now.
Yahya, 3-time world jiu-jitsu champion, 2007 Abu Dhabi world champion.
But it's Yahya now trying to take the back. So dominant once he hits the mat.
He's fought high-level guys, Joseph Benavidez, Chad Mendez.
He's like a dog on a bone, but he just is relentless with it.
He's slowly tightening it down. And that's it. That's it.
Rani, obviously, you know, Abu Dhabi champion, an amazing jiu-jitsu athlete.
Rani Yahya is a veteran. You know, he's a tough guy.
I think it's a good matchup stylistically. You know, he's a grappler. He throws some heavy punches. I'm kind of the same thing, but a little bit smoother, in my opinion.
Matt's right up there with all the other UFC fighters I coach. He hangs in training with them. He gives them the work sometimes. I've had guys that are 2 weight classes ahead of Matt, but when Matt gets a hold of them, you know, they're fighting. They're not training anymore. They need to fight to keep Matt off of them.
Matt has amazing wrestling, so I think Matt's going to be able to determine where this fight's going to happen
I see the fight playing out one way. I can beat him to the punch. And I think I can stop his takedowns. He's not gonna have a choice but to stand up with me.
I think that he's gonna shock some people when you see his striking.
My goal has never been just to make it to the UFC. My goal is to beat everybody I have to beat in line so I can be the world champion. I know it's only a matter of time. These things that I set out to do, 9 times out of 10, I make them happen. A lot of people will make these goals and they're about it, but they're not taking the right path to get there. I have these goals and I am doing the right things to get there. I'm working my butt off day in and day out to attain these goals. And that's what's gonna make the difference.